Word of your wisdom travels far, as does word of your great temples, which deserve our incense. 500 pounds of it await you in the outer courtyard, from Nicolae, the Queen of Sheba.
Well, you won the first round. I did not guess that you were queen.
500 pounds. This is the frank incense of Sheba?
The finest, conveyed here by our caravan in 2 months, rather than on your ships, which will not return until year's end.
Did you know that the Queen of Sheba, honored across cultures, from the Horn of Africa to the ancient kingdoms of the South Arabian Peninsula, was known for carrying perfumes so fragrant that people from different regions said that they could smell her fragrance long before her caravan arrived? Yes, you've heard me correctly. A scent so potent, so precious, that people could smell her from miles and miles away. Across the world, she is remembered by many names. In the Horn of Africa and sub-Saharan traditions, she is Makeda. In the South Arabian kingdoms, she is Belkis. And in Jewish and Christian history, she is the Queen of Sheba. And in my culture, in my tradition, we simply call her Zebba.
I believe that a Queen of Sheba must have existed. Why would these stories permeate so many people's lives, especially in the Arabian Peninsula?
She may be the memory of a genuine historical queen. She might be a composite memory of several different female figures who ruled the lands of the sands in ancient times. Scholars can't quite pin her down, and this is probably something that adds to her legendary status.
The Arabs called it Saba. The Jews called it Sheba. Close by the city, hidden beneath thousands of tons of desert sand, lie the remains of Marib's greatest shrine, the Mahram Bilqis, the Temple of Sheba.
And Bilqis is known to most of history as the Queen of Sheba. The stories of the Queen of Sheba have undergone extensive elaborations across different cultures, from the Jews, Islam and Ethiopia as time's gone on, and she has also become the subject of one of the most widespread fertility legends in the Orient. The Queen of Sheba has seen many myths and legends spawn from her reputation as a beautiful, rich and sometimes magical queen. Queen desired by kings, and this may be the reason so many stories have been seeded about.
The Queen of Sheba is surrounded by mystique. She ruled as a woman in an era that belonged almost exclusively to kings. Legend says her father was a heroic Hamayorite king who defeated a giant serpent-like creature that once terrorized the land. Her mother, a woman of noble birth, held significant influence within political affairs in the royal palace. In the medieval Arabic writings and later Sufi traditions, her mother appears as a high-level priestess, an advisor in spiritual matters, a guardian of sacred knowledge, a woman who was actually described as a jinn. But wait a second, this is thousands and thousands of years ago. Back then, the word jinn did not carry the demonic connotation that it has today. The word jinn simply meant someone who communicates with otherworldly traditions and dimensions, someone who knows how to rule supreme within spiritual mystique. And this is why this family was not just known, but also feared at the time they were rulers. These traditions portray the Queen of Sheba herself as a figure of a mystical seduction, born of a lineage steeped in initiated occult knowledge. This inheritance shaped her destiny and positioned her to become the mother of Menelik I, founder of the Solomonic dynasty of Ethiopia, anchoring her legacy in both myth and political power.
Word of your wisdom travels far, as does word of your great temples, which deserve our incense. 500 pounds of it await you in the outer courtyard, from Nicolae, the Queen of Sheba.
Well, you won the first round. I did not guess that you were queen.
500 pounds. This is the frankincense of Sheba?
The finest, conveyed here by our caravan in 2 months, rather than on your ships, which will not return until year's end.
Long before perfume became an industry, the Queen of Sheba ruled over territories that controlled the most precious aromatics in the world. When you think about oliban, myrrh, rare resins, sacred woods, sacred spices, treasures that shaped not just diplomacy, culture, but also intimacy and occult power, aka magic.
Ethiopian tradition, the queen is remembered as Makeda. The Quran mentions that she averted her people away from the worship of the sun and turned them into monotheistic believers. Makeda was faithful to her followers and was a determined figure of authority. However, in ancient times, queens rarely ruled without a king at the helm. When the king of Sheba died or was unexpectedly removed from the throne, Makeda rose to prevent chaos from prevailing. As details of the exact region are murky, some think that Makeda ruled the kingdom of Axum, whereas others believe that the Sabaean migration, which brought about the kingdom of Axum, took place a few centuries later. Whatever the case may be, Makeda stepped into the role of ruler and restored security and stability to her land and habits. Makeda had a strong desire to rule her kingdom in the same vein as Solomon ruled his. She decided to travel to Israel to meet him. With her kingdom safe and sound and her people fond of her policies, she set off.
Here for me to speak to?
There are many men here, but I am Nicolae, Queen of Sheba, and you will speak to me.
I come from Solomon, king of Israel, son of King David, the greatest warrior that ever lived. There is no king greater or wiser, or more powerful. And now he has built a navy to carry the precious frankincense to the world.
In her world, perfume marked high standing. It signaled refinement, it created fascination, and it shaped how she moved through diplomacy, but also inner intimacy. The fragrances she wore were made through sacred knowledge because perfume belonged to the spiritual realm. Ancient feminine traditions used scent in ritual ceremonies, but also in a way to maintain political power, some sort of enchantment over people. A queen like Sheba used resins and incense because they carried spiritual potency. They linked her to the goddesses and to her ancestry. Her aura carried mystique, ritual importance, and the aura of a woman who moved like a divinity on earth. When she entered Solomon's court, her presence, her scent, reached him before he heard her voice. He received her with fascination. And if you're not new to my channel, you know that I come from an ancient lineage, a matrilineal ancestry called the Benga. It's a people that settled along the coast of Central Africa approximately 300 or 400 years ago, originating from ancient Egypt. I am a 12th generation priestess specializing in healing sexual energy in women and also creating perfumes that are energetic in essence and also provide enchantment and emotional transformation within a woman in the way that is seen and perceived in her outside environment. This tradition was carried from generation to generation, from mother to daughter, and the women in my ancestry were the women who created scents, perfumes of energetic nature for alchemical or transformational goals for women of high status, the nobility, and also the royals.
Dans toutes les cultures du monde, celui qui procède à un rituel religieux doit d'abord être lavé et purifié.
À l'issue de cette cérémonie, la divine adoratrice peut entrer dans le temple. Auparavant, seul le pharaon et les grands prêtres avaient l'autorisation de franchir ces portes. Le privilège accordé à la divine adoratrice témoigne de son pouvoir grandissant.
And in the time of the Queen of Sheba, rare resins like oliban and myrrh existed as treasures. They served temple rituals, royal household, and significant ceremonies. These resins shaped moments when a woman wanted her presence to dominate a room. They belonged to feminine rituals reserved for high-ranking women, rituals centered on sensuality, intimacy, and the discreet art of influence. Perfume lived inside the privacy of a woman. Fragrance awakened desire. They lived inside the privacy of women. Fragrance awakened desire, soften a powerful man's free will, and turn a woman into the figure no one could ignore.
Let me interrupt the video for a moment to show you a little bit of what I have been up to lately as your one and only energy perfume maker. There is truly nothing I love more about what I do than catering to each and every one of you. I see every woman as a unique flower with her own layers and complexity. And it is such an honor for me to see that more and more of you are open to the concept of energy perfumes as a form of niche luxury fragrance. So right now I'm preparing an order. It's a little bit different this time because all the ladies are in Dubai, so I'm making kind of a group order. I'm traveling there to deliver my creations. I can't show you everything, otherwise the video is going to be too long, but this is me. This is a little glimpse of Dubai. Anyways, I love you so much. I want to reiterate how much you bring joy to my life. Of all the years I've been doing what I do, I wouldn't be able to fulfill my life purpose if I wasn't serving you. Being able to be creative and pour intention, beauty, meaning into each energy perfume I make for you is something I never take for granted. Creating for you, knowing that my work becomes part of your life, part of your rituals, part of your home. This is something that is so fulfilling to me. So I hope that when you receive your order, whatever it is from me, I hope that they bring you as much joy and magic as I feel when I make them for you.
Perfect. So let's proof. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. 7. Okay. Okay, delivery taken care of.
How do we remain desirable in a world where everything is fast? Because in the end, the true luxury isn't the thing that everyone wants. It's the thing that still means something when no one else is watching. Because the truth is, scarcity still sells, but now it needs an audience. Rather, luxury is what costs the least in integrity. Brands that compromise on sustainability, ethics, design rigor, craft rigor for visibility may win the week, but they lose the century.
Now listen carefully, because this is the part that most women never question. The perfume industry as we know it today in the modern world, and for this, I'm speaking in the Western world, but also in the Middle Eastern and Asian, wherever you find yourself in the world, this industry is dominated by men. What does it mean? It means that whatever you're wearing, it is coming from a man's imagination and a man's decision on how a woman should smell. Men are the ones who are deciding what fits a woman's aura. Now, do you think this is normal? Personally, it infuriates me because a man has never experienced what it means to be inside a woman's flesh, what it means to have a woman's experience, yet to have something as intimate, as energetically merging with ourselves as perfume, to have that be dictated by a man in today's society, I find it completely ludicrous. Yet, like I said, most of you never questioned it. This conditioning reshaped how women view sensuality and being elegant and being desired. Perfume influences a woman's aura, like I just said. It shapes how she is perceived, how she enters a space, and how people respond to her presence. Now, some women choose based on the limitations or the magnitude of their budget. Other women choose based on trends because other women have liked a fragrance and they lack the personality to make a choice on their own. They're highly influenced and have no personal opinion. Other women actually choose based on the rarity. They want to be in the niche. They want to carry a fragrance that means something for them. And to feel that, they're wearing what no other can have access to. Now, I'm not saying that this is right or wrong because everyone is entitled to live their own experience. However, a woman of refinement invests in her aura. She chooses depth over volume. She chooses resonance over mass production. She chooses herself over what men decided for her. And I speak from experience. If you're an OG in my work, you may know that for over a decade, I wore a perfume I was utterly in love with. I had shared my love for this perfume, the name of it, etc., etc. And one day, recently, maybe a couple of years ago, that perfume just blew up. Everyone was talking about it because a very famous Hollywood superstar, celebrity, who is said actually to be the best smelling woman in the world, don't quote me, this is what I've read, they said that she actually was wearing that perfume, which meant that the perfume became popular. Every woman wanted to get their hands on that single perfume, even though before that, they didn't know that brand. They had no knowledge even that this celebrity was wearing it. But then suddenly, everyone wanted to smell like the celebrity. Hence, they went for the trend. And that's when it hit me. The realization behind it, that even the most influential women who are said to smell exquisitely, they are still under the influence of what a man chose for them. Let it sink in. To have a woman so influential as that celebrity is, and to think that she chose a perfume from a selection that was created, crafted by a man to dictate to her what smelling good actually is. I dropped the perfume there and then. Since then, I have not worn it because I realized that even at my level, even as an energy perfume maker, aka potion maker, I was also layering my precious creations with the industrial, mass-produced creations that are created by men for me. And think about it. I've told you about my lineage, where I come from. In my family, in the matrilineal, matriarchal tradition from which I come from, my great-grandmother Iya was actually the head of the family. Her sister Isonge was the first woman in our region to have not one, not two, but 3 cars. I know you can laugh. This seems probably insignificant or irrelevant, but think about it. We're thinking colonial times, Africa, ruled by supremacists who are exploiting women, who consider that women of my skin tone are inferior. To have a woman having her own wealth to the point of buying 3 cars without the help of a man, it was unheard of, especially back then, especially in the context that my great-grandmother, my great-grand-aunt lived in. So for me today, I decided that being a woman of influence and a woman of spiritual integrity who loves luxury, I had to be the woman who brings to other women the type of perfume experience that my ancestors created for queens and empresses. Because a woman is multidimensional. She is spiritual, sensual, instinctive. She is playful at times and seductive at other times. She is highly materialistic, which is what feminine energy is. She loves rituals. She loves to elevate her experience, and she absolutely loves pleasure and luxury. This complexity requires a woman's hand, a woman's intuition, a woman's understanding of women to create a perfume. And this is why I created Delightful Jewel. Let me introduce you to this masterpiece. This is my creation in my Muse Diamond Collection, crafted for women who live richly and unapologetically. Delightful Jewel exists as an object of desire. It carries intention, seduction, and the artistry of my lineage in every drop. As you know, I create each elixir with my own bare hands, from making the formulation to crafting the actual elixir, whether it is the diamond oil perfume or the energy perfume, the spray perfume, what we call in French eau de parfum. All of them blended by me down to the bottle, which I handcraft. It's from me to you with no third party. It carries the character of something that is handcrafted with the imperfections that it comes with, because a woman is about complexity. It's about the cracks that make her unique. Perfection is once again this man-created illusion that every woman has to stand by. Perfect packaging with fake inside. And this is actually the opposite of me, what the women who search for products like me are into. So each bottle carries my signature, my authorship, my lineage. Delightful Jewel is built around florals and resins selected for their emotional effect on a woman's body. I follow feminine symbolism, ancestral intuition, and a creation process older than modern perfumery. Yes, my perfumes are made with real, raw diamonds, because that is the utmost feminine energy for the woman. Each bottle is made as a single edition, so only for one woman. This is the ultimate type of opulence. Delightful Jewel is for the woman who rejects trends and imitation. She wears perfume the way queens and priestesses once wore it, as an instrument of sensuality, of intimate advantage, and a mark of rare feminine mastery. In a world of mass-produced fragrance, Delightful Jewel stands apart. It belongs to tradition, to lineage, and to ancient feminine artistry that refuses to be diluted. I created this perfume, just like everything else in my collection, for a woman who moves through life with integrity and intention. A woman whose beauty feels timeless. A woman who makes a man's knees soften at her sight, because her aura speaks louder than her voice ever will. As always, I wish you to linger in lavish imperial opulence. I am Miss Prevala, and I see you in my next video. I love you.